Will the regular meeting of the Gibson County Legislative Body please come to order? This time I'd like to call on Commissioner Keith Steele to lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Our fair and gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and all these men and women that come here to conduct your business, conduct business for Gibson County. May we have open minds and be patient with one another and always do what's best for Gibson County. Lead us, guide us, direct us. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Your side, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, and thank you to everyone for being here today. I know everybody's busy. We'll try to get out of here as quickly as possible, especially since it's kind of hot in here too. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Eckert.
Here.
Commissioner Cunningham.
Here.
Commissioner Fife.
Here.
Commissioner Longmire.
Here.
Commissioner Carr.
Here.
Commissioner Mackin.
Here.
Commissioner Bivens.
Here.
Commissioner Tubbs.
Here.
Commissioner Morgan.
Here.
Commissioner Cameron.
Here.
Commissioner Summers.
Here.
Commissioner Cole.
Here.
Commissioner Nance.
Here.
Commissioner Locke.
Here.
Commissioner Collins.
Here.
Commissioner Flake.
Here.
Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Commissioner McEwen.
Here.
Commissioner Littleton. Commissioner Pill.
Here.
Commissioner Stills.
Here.
Commissioner Jurgen.
Here.
Commissioner Childers.
Here.
Commissioner Moss.
Here.
We do have one. You received in your packets minutes from the previous meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve those minutes. Motion made by Commissioner Steele, seconded by Commissioner Cunningham. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. We also received in our packets a copy of reports from department heads. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve these reports. Motion made by Commissioner Flake, seconded by Commissioner Moss. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. We also had in the packet a number of budget transfer requests. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve those budget transfers. Motion made by Commissioner Tubbs, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. Also received a number of resolutions. In the packet, I'd like to entertain a motion to dispense with reading of those resolutions. Motion made by Commissioner Steele, seconded by Commissioner Moss. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed like sign. Thank you. We are blessed today to have with us a representative from our tourism committee, which Commissioner Moss serves on. Commissioner Moss, would you like to introduce your committee members?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You'll find lots of colorful handouts on your table this morning, none of them requiring any money from anybody. So you can sit back and relax and be informed for a little while this morning. Pat, Julie, Marty, you want to come up here and join me? Our county tourism committee has been working hard and doing some exciting things with some very interesting, informative, dynamic, wonderful people. These are the ones who were able to join me this morning. Pat Riley and Scott Dahlstrom have been working hard. Marvin serves with us. Nathan Reed out of Dyer. Everybody's busy, so they have other commitments as well. But we want to just kind of bring you up to speed on tourism and why we're excited about it. One of the things you'll find on your table that I know you can't miss is bright and colorful. It has some statistics on it. And I know y'all can read, and it's easier to read something than have me shout out individual numbers. But tourism is recognized statewide. I know all of you probably look forward to and read your county news as much as I do on a regular basis. The headline this issue was on tourism in Cheatham County. And Cheatham County is about the same size as Gibson County, and it highlighted some of the things that they're doing. So, you know, if you haven't lined the bottom of the birdcage with it, it's good reading. Also, in yesterday's Jackson Sun, we have people among us who are working hard to do just what I'm talking about. Jason and Michael were featured talking about their efforts to keep the Plaza Theater going in Humboldt, bringing 11 jobs to the area. And although it doesn't make big rocket science news, Rosato's here in Trenton has opened up 14 job opportunities. So anytime that we promote and encourage tourism, there are steps coming in our way. And with that said, I'm going to turn this over to Julie, Milan Chamber Director, and let her have a few words.
Well, we sure appreciate Sandy's leadership from the commission on the tourism aspect of our community. Along with me, myself, Lee Williams from Humboldt and Libby Wickersham are both very active on this committee. And I just wanted to remind everybody, we know that agriculture is our #1 industry, tourism is our second industry, and the main goal of what we're trying to do is align a plan for all of Gibson County. We all work very well together. I do want to introduce a Facebook page to you guys, if you're Facebook users. It's called Explore Gibson County. You'll see that the last post on there is quite a while ago. But just encourage you, if you go somewhere local, to a local restaurant, to the theater, to any of our landmarks, Teapot Room, Davy Crockett, Ag Museum, and these are aspects that we also cover in leadership. Many of you have been through. So we have a tourism day during the Gibson County Leadership Program. So again, our main goal is to align the county and to come up with some more initiatives to bring tourists into our community. We are on the Civil War Trail map, which I gave you, and the Cotton Junction Trail, and Marty will talk more about the trails, but that is the state's way of helping the rural areas be big in tourism. So we're blessed to be on those two trails. We want you to be aware of them so you can help us promote them. And Sandy talked about our members. We've been meeting regularly for a couple of years now. We don't want to give all of our secrets away, but we are working on something that's going to benefit our whole region, and we're really excited about it. And we just encourage you to help us to encourage others to shop local always, and to bring more people into our area, because of course those are more tax dollars for us. So I'm going to introduce Marty Marbury. She helps us. She is with the Department of Tourism Development, and is a great resource for us. And we appreciate her coming from Memphis this morning to be with us. Without further ado, Miss Marty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to ask, how many of you are happy that we have this hot weather? You know, I am, for a couple of reasons. That means our farmers markets are running over, the bounty is out there, it's great. And guess what? That means that there are a lot of tourists that want to come to Gibson County, to come to the farmers market. They want to come to fish. They want to come to shop and eat. And I just want to share a few tourism facts with you this morning. As Julie said, agriculture is the #1 industry in the state of Tennessee, and tourism falls right behind agriculture. We are the second largest industry in the state. And so a few years back, we thought, you know, if ag's #1, if we can't be #1, then what do we do to hook up with agriculture And with that brainstorming sessions, the birth of agritourism came about. So, second only to agriculture. In 2013, and those are the most recent numbers that we do have, the 2014 numbers will be coming out at Governor's Conference in October. But in 2013, domestic travelers spent directly $16.2 billion in Tennessee. That's a 3.3% increase over our 2012 numbers. So what does that tell you? That tells you tourism is growing in our state. We have one of the best states. And I have to, this I get so tickled over every time. What do you think of when you think of Tennessee? If you're a visitor, what do you think of? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Somebody just shout out.
Elvis.
Smoky Mountains.
You know, you would think Elvis, you would think Dolly, you would think the Smoky Mountains. But for our visitors, international visitors especially, there's one man who comes to mind immediately, and his name is Jack.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. That is what,
I just heard about it.
you know, it is so funny. We think it's going to be Elvis and there's going to be some little hip twisting, but it is not. Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels is who now?
I have no idea. For this teetotaler girl, I have no idea. But, you know, our state is known for so many things. We are blessed with a bounty of tourist destinations. So $16.2 billion for me is a drop in the bucket. And here's an interesting fact, and I gave you a sheet from our research that shows Gibson County, visitors to Gibson County spent approximately $42 million in that time frame. So that's a big chunk of change. When visitors come, when you have a tourist come into your town, those are what I call clean dollars. And I have, some of my counties will say, Marty, we really don't want visitors. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why not? You know, visitors bring in clean dollars. They eat at our restaurants, they buy our gas, they stay at our hotels, they visit our attractions, and then they leave. And what they have left is a tax revenue that you all then can spend to build schools, to build roads, hospitals, improvements within your communities and your cities without what? Amen and hallelujah. That's exactly right. Without raising taxes. So you can only imagine that the citizens of a community see a new school come up and their taxes aren't raised. How did you guys do that? Y'all are geniuses. You know, so tourism dollars are clean dollars. And what I love, tourism creates jobs. We are all about creating jobs. And the thing with tourism, skilled jobs and unskilled jobs. I had a young man, I was speaking at a school group, he was a senior fixing to graduate, and you could tell he was just really not interested to hear about tourism. And I asked him, I said, you know what are you going to do when you graduate? And he looked at me straight in the face, he said, lady, I don't have a choice, I'm going to be a plumber. And I said, you don't have a choice? He said, no ma'am, my granddaddy's a plumber, my daddy's a plumber, I have to be a plumber. And I said, that's great. I said, did you know you could work in tourism and be a plumber? And he looked at me like, are you crazy? And I said, have you ever been to Opryland Hotel? And he said, yes ma'am. I said, do you know how many toilets they have at that hotel? I said, do you know how many sinks? Have you seen that river that's got water that runs all through? They need plumbers in tourism. So when you think about it, if you think about tourism in broad pictures, tourism creates jobs. So I say all of this to let you all know that tourism is big business in Tennessee. I'm thrilled. I cover all 21 counties in West Tennessee. I'm thrilled to have a Gibson County. Your county gets it. You all get it, that tourism is an industry that gives back, and you all have invested and shown that you all believe in tourism. You're fortunate to have an active group that is always looking for new ways. As Julie said, the Cotton Junction brochure, the Civil War, those are both programs that our department has put forth to draw tourists out of the bigger cities and into the rural areas. You have a vacation guide that also shows what Gibson County has to offer. It's my pleasure that I get to work with these guys. When I get a phone call from Sandy or Julie, I know first of all, they get it. They're doing something creative and fun, and I can't wait to come in and work with them. You know, from Trenton to Milan, from Humboldt to Bradford, Gibson County has so much to offer a visitor. I hear this quite a bit. Why would a visitor want to come to my town? You know, it's something you take for granted. The folks in Memphis, you know, I would say 90% of them probably have never been to Graceland. And Graceland's the second most visited home in America. It's in their hometown. They don't get it. They don't get it at all. So I understand that sometimes we look at things differently being a citizen. You have heritage tourism here. You guys have done a wonderful job of saving places that a visitor would want to come in and see. Don't ever, ever quit saving old buildings, historic sites. Stay on chart with that. You guys are doing a great job. Culinary tourism is probably one of the hottest things there is. You would be surprised at the number of people that come, travel writers, that want to come to our region to eat our food. Is that not crazy? When I started this job 40 pounds ago, I had no idea. But we're a region, hospitality, we want to feed you, and people want to come and eat our food. Outdoor adventures, shopping. In case you guys don't know, shopping is the #1 tourist activity. You may go to the Grand Canyon, you see the big hole in the ground, you go, ooh, ah, beautiful, where can I buy a t-shirt? Shopping is the #1 tourist activity. I took a wrong turn this morning, I wound up down at the co-op. You guys almost didn't see me. That is an amazing co-op, and I'm going back this afternoon to make sure that that co-op is on our website. And I may not get home till later because I'm probably going to drop some tourist dollars down at the co-op. I've already told you about the handouts that we've left. I just wanted to make sure that you do look at the last sheet. Gibson County is listed at the bottom, and it does show tourism expenditures, payroll, employment in this county. I want to make sure you all have a great grasp of what tourism is currently doing, and with a little bit of help, guidance from your tourism committee, support from you all, how much that can grow. I thank you. If there is ever anything that I can do for you all, if there's questions that I can answer, or information that I can get for you, please don't hesitate to call. Thank you for what you do for tourism. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Pat?
I will be very brief because I can't follow that, but thank you for letting us be part of the tourism committee. We do work very hard. We try to have a bigger vision for where we want to take tourism in this county and the region, because it's more of a region thing for us. But the handouts you have before us is what the committee came up with, and I know it's something that's never really right there in front of you all the time, but try to put that on the back shelf a little bit, so when you're out and about, just be positive. I know I talk about Gibson County everywhere I go, and say all the positive things, and as long as we remain positive, I think that goes a long way, but we sure thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Miss Marty, thank you for being here, coming up from Memphis to be with us today. And we can't do enough to promote Gibson County and to really encourage people to shop Gibson County more. I mean, there's a reason why Madison County hasn't seen a property tax increase in the last 26 years. It's because we help pay the taxes for them by shopping there. And I'm as guilty of it as anybody. I ran into a lady from Milan at Kroger in Jackson about 2 weeks ago, and she ran up to me and pointed and said, "What are you doing shopping out of Gibson County?" I said, "What are you doing shopping out of Gibson County?" We had a standoff right there in the bread aisle at Kroger. So anything we can do to encourage people to do more shopping in Gibson County, I would strongly suggest that we do so. And thank you so much to our committee, tourism committee, for all their activities in that arena. This weekend, I see Andy Zarka with the fair board here. I had the opportunity to attend the Gibson County flea market this weekend. I was really impressed with the number of people that were there visiting and shopping, and especially impressed with the number of vendors and the quality of vendors that were there. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing out there as well. It all helps. Let's get into the resolutions. Resolution number one. Resolution number one is a resolution to move funds for the matching share of the TVA grant for public safety to industrial development for fiscal year 2014-15. Shouldn't that be 15-16, Greg?
No, what this is, Tom, is when this TVA grant was set up, it was set up in the wrong category. All I'm wanting is asking permission to move it from the public safety category to the industrial development category.
Oh, I got you. I'll just shut up, keep reading. There you have it. Do I hear a motion on resolution number one? Motion made by Commissioner Longmire, seconded by Commissioner Steele. Is there any further discussion? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin, Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pill,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Resolution number two is a resolution to set up the State of Tennessee Health Department grant funds for the Gibson County Health Department. This is set up the revenue. Do I hear a motion on resolution number two? Motion made by Commissioner Summers, seconded by Commissioner Flake. Is there any discussion?
This says that the renovations will be administered by a third party. Who is that? How does that come about?
Rick, you want to answer?
We're gonna have to get, the state is wanting us as a county to administer this construction project. Either myself or the mayor, either one, don't have the expertise when you're dealing with ADA certifications, stipulations, and we will probably have to talk to Lashley Ridge or someone with an engineering firm to make sure that we're following the right specs. You know, the last thing we want is to put in an ADA restroom and it be an inch off on a rail or something. You know, that's what we mean by that. So we're going to have to get a third party being an engineering firm to help us do those specs.
As we normally do, bidding.
Right. This one and the next resolution is, the state has sent us this money, and now it's up to us to get the work done at the health department. But there's some unanswered questions. I mean, the money is sitting in the bank. We haven't spent $1 yet, but there's some unanswered questions on this grant before we proceed. And getting an engineer involved is going to be the first step.
So is there like a bidding process?
There will be, yes. We will follow we have to follow state law on the bidding process for this grant, yes.
Any job we do is county over $10,000 has to be bid out. It doesn't matter, unless it's an absolute emergency that you can prove, like we had a Central Union go out to the emergency operations complex over the Thanksgiving holiday about 3 or 4 years ago. You guys probably remember that, but outside of that, anything over 10,000 you have to bid.
Are the plans already, Greg?
Robin, that's why there's so much ambiguity in this grant, because the health department sent up to the state saying we want to do this, and this, and they sent a floor plan. The floor plan has not yet been sent back to us. So basically all we're gonna have is the floor plan. But I can't take a floor plan and get ADA laws out of it, So that's why we need to get, that's why we need to get somebody else involved in this. And then the mayor and I, once we get engineering involved, and 300, this money may not be enough. We may have to go back to them and say, hey, we got to have more money, or we got to do something different. We're not going into, we're trying to dot our I's and cross our T's before we start spending this money.
Thank you, Greg. Any further discussion on resolution number 2? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin, Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yerga,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. And resolution number 3 is to set up the expenditures for that grant in fiscal year 15-16. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 3? Motion made by Commissioner Longmire and seconded by Commissioner Morgan. Any discussion on resolution number 3? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin,
Yes.
Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yerga,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Resolution number 4 is a resolution to increase salaries of general sessions and juvenile court judges for cost of living raise set by the state of Tennessee for fiscal year 2015-16. This was brought to our attention by our juvenile court judge, Judge Johnson, and we just weren't aware that the state of Tennessee had given them this 1.6% raise. This will be a resolution to adjust their salaries accordingly. Do I hear a motion on resolution number 4? Motion made by Commissioner Tubbs, seconded by Commissioner Longmire. Any discussion? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Abstain.
Commissioner Egbert,
I abstain.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin, Commissioner Bivens,
Abstain.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Names,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton. I'm sorry, he's out. Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
That was a reluctant yes, too.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Unfunded mandates.
Resolution number 5 is a resolution to transfer funds in order to balance Tennessee Department of Homeland Security 2013 grant, amount of $23 in housekeeping measure. Do I hear a motion? Motion made by Commissioner Steele, seconded by Commissioner Summers. Any discussion? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham, Commissioner Simon,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Mackin,
Yes.
Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Names,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. We do have some late file resolutions. This time I'd like to entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of these late files. Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, seconded by Commissioner Moss. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. Late file resolution number 1 is to set up additional funds for the new register of elections for fiscal year 2015 and 16. As many of you know, Molly Bailey has resigned from that office, and we have now in place Miss Julianne Hart from Molly. Is Julianne with us today? She's probably at work, but we're lucky to have Julianne. We're sad to be losing Molly. She's done a great job for us, but we're lucky to have Julianne, and I've known Julianne for many years, and I know she's going to do a tremendous job for us, but they've had some overlapping time there for the transitional period, and this is simply to set up money to pay that. Do I hear a motion on late file number 1? Motion made. Greg, you have something you want to add?
Yes, sir. Can that be amended to say 14-15 instead of 15-16? Because this is back in June is when and I just probably copied that over from them.
You are correct. I didn't catch it. I'd like to entertain a motion to amend late file resolution number 1
So
to
moved.
for 14-15. Motion made by Commissioner Moss, second by Commissioner Steele. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. Now to the original motion. Did we get a motion second on that?
On
Yeah.
the late,
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Any further discussion?
I have another one, because that just was amended. You just amended that resolution.
just amended this.
Just have another.
I'd like to entertain a motion on the amended late file number 1. Motion made by Commissioner Steele, second by Commissioner Longmire. Any further discussion?
Yeah. Over there in budget transfers, there was the same thing. In wages and salary transferred out to wages, out of other accounts. What's, fill us in on that, what that is?
Mayor, I can answer that.
What is that?
Mr. Yergin, I actually was able to transfer some of the money out of funds that were available in the registrar's budget, but I didn't have enough to fully fund that double salary for 2 weeks. So that's why I need the $933.
So what was the total amount, Greg?
The second one, I see what you're talking about. You saying the first one, you took it out of funds they already had, the second one's coming out of general fund?
Right,
that right?
I moved everything that I could to get to if you look at their salary line, or their line items in the Register of Elections, they're at 100% spending, and I need this additional $933 to balance out for the year.
What will the total amount be spent for the 2 weeks?
Well, I'm trying to find that.
They're almost $1,900.
Yeah, with benefits, you got benefits in there too.
Okay.
But Molly's salary's already set for the year, though. I mean, she's not giving up 2 weeks' salary.
No.
So how
We
you?
paid her and Julianne for 2 weeks.
Okay, but still, you got their salaries and wages in this budget transfer of 120 and that, well, the total amount, it says goes to administrative office $942. But then over here, aren't you doing the same thing again?
But I need more than $942.
For
I
2
need,
weeks?
I need like $1,800 and something dollars.
So her salary is gonna be about $900 something a week.
More than that, really. 60-something thousand dollars a year set by the state. In the key.
Yep.
Any further discussion?
Yeah.
If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Magnin, Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers, Commissioner
Yes.
Summers, Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance, Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pillar,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Late file number 2 is a resolution to set up additional funds for health insurance for county employees for fiscal year 2014 and 15. The amount of $91,000. Do I hear a motion on late file number 2? Motion made by Commissioner Steele, seconded by Commissioner Kimber. Is there any discussion?
Tom, on this, fully funded, where we don't self-fund this thing, last year, aren't we getting pretty close to where that would have been more feasible to have done a fully funded?
Well, we're actually in talks right now with several different companies to explore our options going forward, and Commissioner Collins will probably tell you more about that sharing insurance committee, but we're gonna have to take a true and earnest look at going to a fully funded program, because we've just reached a tipping point. I mean, I think we're at the point now that we're exposing ourselves way more than we're receiving benefit. And if it goes up as much next year as they're saying it's going to, then there's really no benefit at all to us. We're looking at really more risk than anything. So yeah, it's during this insurance phase, we're exploring all options. We're looking at any and all options to get us the best insurance we can that's at a fair rate to the taxpayers. So to answer your question, yes, we're there. You know, the 14% increase we had this year, this past year, put us there. And if they're talking a 25% increase, God forbid next year, then we're way past that point. So you're going to probably be seeing some new options coming up to vote on.
Is there any kind of state pool that we might get in that might help bring our rates down by being in other?
There is an option to buy into the state pool, and we're looking at that also. Yeah, we're looking at any and all options, and we're putting the feelers out and getting a lot of response from it. So we're there. To answer your question, yes, we are.
36% next year.
But they're talking 25%. They're warning of a 25%. across the board with all companies, well, that tells me a 30%. You know, if they're,
Blue Cross Blue Shield, I believe, was 36%.
yeah, if they're softening this up with a 25% number, it'd probably be 30%. Yeah, that's a big number for us to bear. It is. Yeah. But we gotta provide it. You know, it is what it is. So all we can do is get the bids out and get it as cheap as we possibly can and protect ourselves as best we can. But the partially self-insured has been good to us. It has. It's been good to us for several years. Yeah. And but it's just not as attractive as it was. Yeah. Any further discussion on late file number 2? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert.
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham.
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes.
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire.
Yes.
Commissioner Carr.
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin.
Yes.
Commissioner Bivens.
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan.
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron.
Yes.
Commissioner Summers.
Yes.
Commissioner Cole.
Yes.
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Locke.
Yes.
Commissioner Coleman.
Yes.
Commissioner Flay. Commissioner Smith.
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen.
Yes.
Commissioner Pillar.
Yes.
Commissioner Steele.
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin.
Yes.
Commissioner Childers.
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Late file resolution number 3 is a resolution to fund the Tennessee Department of Homeland Security grant for Gibson County Emergency Management Agency for 15-16. Do I hear a motion on late file number 3? Motion made by Commissioner Summers and seconded by Commissioner Morgan. Is there any discussion? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Egbert.
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham.
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes.
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire.
Yes.
Commissioner Carr.
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin.
Yes.
Commissioner Bivens.
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan.
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron.
Yes.
Commissioner Summers.
Yes.
Commissioner Cole.
Yes.
Commissioner Names.
Yes.
Commissioner Locke.
Yes.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Flay.
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen.
Yes.
Commissioner Pillar.
Yes.
Commissioner Steele.
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin.
Yes.
Commissioner Childers.
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Late file resolution number 4 is a resolution to set up receipt of funds from the 2015 bond issue for fiscal year 14-15. Do I hear a motion on late file number 4? Motion made by Commissioner Moss, seconded by Commissioner Tubbs. Is there any discussion? There is some discussion. This is a packet that we're supposed to get out to each of you. It's 130 some odd pages long. This is the final information on our bond sale. By law, we have to give you a copy of this. We've given each of you a flash drive. It looks like a key that's laying there. It's got a PDF version of this. If you want access to it and you don't have access to a computer, then we've got, how many copies we got? We got about 10.
12 or 13 back here.
Yeah, and you're welcome to have mine if you want it. But this is it, and by law, we have to give you guys. Yeah, it's the finalization of that capital outlay bond is what it is. So by law, you're being offered one here today. Any further discussion on late file resolution number 4?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Collins.
I may have to, you or Greg may have to enlighten me just a little bit, but when we voted on this, I think we voted for $3,025,000. That was for the total amount, is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But when it shows down here where it's got revenues to be increased and the underwriters and all that stuff, what does that money total up to? I mean, I can't get the figures myself. I don't know what that, I'm confused.
What you do, Commissioner Cotton, you take the $3,025,000. That was the base amount of the bonds that were issued. They were issued at a premium, so you add that $36,471 to the $3,025,000. The underwriter charged us $17,000. You subtract that from that total, and then the stockbrokers or the financial advisor charged us $52,995, to issue the bonds, to do all the legal work for the bonds. And then, so the balance is the amount of cash we received, $2,990,000, or $996,9840. So if you take $3,025,000, add the $36,471.40, minus $17,778, minus $52,995, it should be that $2,990 number.
You know, those fees are standard, I mean, they're,
But so it's less, so what we're doing is less than that 3 million, correct?
well, the 3 million covers all of it. I mean, it covers the fees and all.
See, our debt was actually, our bonds were issued at a premium. That means they paid more than face value to buy our bonds because of our rating. There's a number of issues that would cause someone to pay. If you're buying $1,000 worth of face value bonds, maybe they paid $1,001 for them. So we get the benefit of that premium, but we still got the expenses of underwriting and issuing the bonds.
So will the $3,025,000 still cover everything that we should be going to do?
Yes.
Yes.
You was anticipating these fees when you made it $3 million.
That's correct. Yeah, there was some contingency money in that to anticipate these fees.
So the actual money that we're gonna need to spend is $2,990.
Yes.
That $2,990 is the amount of cash that came into our bank account from the bond issue.
Any further discussion? Lay file forward. If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Magnet, Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes?
Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Garrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Late file resolution number 5 is a resolution to set up expenditures for the bond issue. Do I hear a motion on late file number 5? Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, second by Commissioner Flake. Any discussion on late file number 5? If not, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr,
Yes.
Commissioner Macklin,
Yes.
Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke, Commissioner Collins,
Yes?
Commissioner Flake,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Smith, Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton, I'm sorry, Commissioner Pell,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Garrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Late file resolution number 6, it's a late file resolution, kind of came to us on Friday, is a resolution to amend Gibson County regional zoning map by rezoning a 40.6 acre parcel of property owned by Donald Hicks, identified as parcel 74 of tax map 103, located on Martin Road from A1 Ag to M1 Manufacturing. We held a public hearing at 8:45 this morning, and there was no one in attendance in opposition of this rezoning measure. So do I hear a motion on late file number 6? Motion made by Commissioner Smith and seconded by Commissioner Steele. Any discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye. And opposed likewise. Motion carries. Thank you. Let's take a 5-minute recess. This time I'd like to call on Mr. Floyd Flippin to offer a report on pending lawsuits.
Just have two to report on. First, Mary Williams versus Gibson County EMS. I'm pleased to report that the Tennessee Court of Appeals affirmed or agreed with the earlier dismissal of all of Mary Williams' claims against the Gibson County EMS. She has until the middle of August to file what is called an application for permission to appeal to the Tennessee Supreme Court. We anticipate that she will do that. We also believe that the Supreme Court will not grant the application, and we believe that the case will be over. I'll have a report in September as to whether she did seek that. And if she does, it will take about 3 or 4, 5 months to get the decision from the Supreme Court. But we believe that that case is over with, and it is as we speak. Congratulations to Star Arm and her department in that. It was, again, a complete vindication of everything they've ever said and done. Green Tree Servicing versus Gibson County. You know, this is a case in which the county was sued by Green Tree, the mortgage holder, indicating that we had a delinquent tax sale and did not notify them they were again the mortgage holder. That lawsuit's going through what we call the discovery phase. I anticipate by September that I should have a pretty complete picture about where we stand. The county is vulnerable for that in the event that it was to lose it. The lawsuit's being defended by Jim Pentecost, his law firm in Jackson. They're doing a good job. So I'll know more in September on that. Any questions about either one of those cases or anything else? That's all I have. Thank you.
I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this report. Motion made by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner McCune. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. At this time, I'd like to call on Commissioner Kimmery to offer a report from the Correctional Committee.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Y'all doing today?
Right.
Good. We met last Monday, and we had 5 members present, along with the sheriff's staff, and a little bit of statistics for the June of 15. 16 out-of-county trips for about 2,279 miles. Deputies drove 29,300 miles patrolling this past June, and for the patrol miles for the calendar year 2015 so far is 196,357. They checked 1,004 businesses, with 96 inmates of the Trenton court and 41 of the Humboldt court. The number of state inmates is running about 100 to 110 per month, with the total inmates at about a high of 259 last week. Now, the county did receive state boarding fees of $113,575 for April and $124,801 for May. Fees turning to the county for May and June were $24,440 and $61,820. And the $61,000, the reason that's so high is because the Gibson County Special School District paid for paid the salary of the officer that takes care of that. Sheriff Thomas stated that in June they had 473 warrants to be served, and out of these they served 414, which is a pretty good record, with just a small amount of overtime. At the end of June 2014, the sheriff's office turned over $47,559 to the county from phone revenue. At the end of June of 2015, the sheriff's office turned over $74,565. This is an increase of $27,000 in just a little over 3 months. This is due to just the changing of the phone services on March 18, 2015. Now, this phone revenue, we know should pay for the 3 new deputies that are being hired real soon, that were approved in the budget. The commissary has also increased. A second K9 has been purchased and is on the job, and the revenue from seized property has already paid for the first dog. And the plan is to purchase a third one in August, so we'll have one for each ship. The next one will be a combination search and rescue and drug dog. Hopefully by August the 1st, we should have 6 new jailers that were approved in the budget. The sheriff stated the new pod is open and also that the jail passed the complete inspection with flying colors. The vehicles have been ordered that were approved in the budget. We should have them in 8 to 12 weeks. He is bidding out the outfitting of these cars and also trading in some old junk cars for outfitting some of them. His plans are to hire 1 new deputy now, another in 3 months, and a third 6 months from now. And the security upgrades down there to jail begin on October 1st. Captain Gray talked about the deputy training. He is a trainer, and each deputy must have 40 hours of inter-service each year to keep the certification. And also then they have to have certain specialized training. Captain Day does do the in-service training, but the specialized training will be done here and in neighboring counties, and it's all stored in a computer where each person knows what they have got and what they've done in the past. Any questions on this? Any additional comments?
Larry, on the court system, can we not, court in Humboldt, how much is it costing the county for that court per year? To run that court?
I have no idea. That would be in the judiciary part of it.
Well,
We do have a plan now to carry prisoners where we have to only have 1 deputy instead of
Right.
6 deputy cars or 6 prisoners.
yeah, I understand that, but why couldn't everything be brought back to Trenton where we could eliminate that altogether?
That would be a real task there, but it's been tried before, and it didn't go very far. So, that would be something for one of our committees to look into in the future.
We could save that money, right?
I don't see what that's got to do with the jail report. We appreciate your comments, but I really don't see what that's got to do with it.
Well, that's in the judicial part of our budget, right? I mean, that court.
I don't know that the Trenton court can handle the case load if we combine the two. That's something I couldn't handle.
We have to be on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually looked at that. There was a committee formed a year or so or 2 ago. It was a broad-based committee. They did a lot of work, and the conclusion was that we're running it cheaper with 2 than we could have combined 1, primarily dealing with storage of files, actually the file storage. Humboldt's full of cases, if you will, and so is Trenton. And we would actually have to go up a 2nd floor on the General Sessions Court, and the cost of that was very, very high. And the biggest cost in running the Humboldt Court that the committee found was in the transferring of inmates, and that's what provoked the ban. So they solved that. I believe, surprisingly, that you'd find that we're running 2 cheaper than we can run a combined 1.
Thank you.
I submit another report.
I would entertain a motion to approve Commissioner Kimmer's report. Motion made by Commissioner Miles, seconded by Commissioner Cunningham. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. This time I'd like to call on Commissioner Steele to offer a report from the EMS Public Safety Committee.
All right, for the month of May, we had 445 emergency calls, and we had 637 non-emergency calls for a total of 1,082 calls. In the month of June, we had 375 emergency calls and 634 non-emergency calls for a total of 1,009 calls. We're averaging just a little over 5,000 miles per truck per month in our fleet. So we're getting a little over 60,000 miles a year on these vehicles. Now for the revenue for May, we had $200,243.57. And for June, we had $208,390.69. We come in at $73,366.27 over our projections of $2.75 million. And Star turned in $75,000 that was not spent during this calendar year. And everything's going good, and Star's done a good job. She's not here right now. She has some work she had to take care of. And we're in the process of getting rid of some write-offs and stuff that has been on the books for a very long time, and maybe next month we'll have them all taken care of. Any questions?
We appreciate your report, Commissioner Steele. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this report. Motion made by Commissioner Cole, seconded by Commissioner Summers. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. This time I'll call on Mr. Robert Locker to offer a report from the Airport Board.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For May 2015, hand rent was $5,025. Aid gas sold 582.74 gallons for $2,680. Sold 160.44 gallons of Jet 8 for $705. 8 quarts of oil, $68.25 for a total of $84.79.79. June hand rent $15.75. Aid gas sold 621 gallons for $2,856. Jet A sold 1,536 gallons for $6,762 for a total of $11,193. That's crop duster activity in June, and we'll have that continue in July if rains continue. We're fighting a battle with the grass this year, like everyone is at home, but everything's going well at the airport. We're happy with our numbers. Anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you for your report, Mr. Locker. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this report. Motion made by Commissioner Tubbs, seconded by Commissioner Kimmerer. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. At this time, I'd like to call on Chairman Summers to offer a report from the Fire Rescue and Emergency Management Committee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As far as the Emergency Management Agency and the Fire Department, we have not met since the last commission meeting, but you've already seen today we approved the Ricky Graves and the EMA received an $18,000 grant for communications upgrades, and you've already seen that and voted on it. As far as the Fire Department is concerned, in May they had 139 calls. Brian's told us in his report that that's the most they've ever had in a 1 month's time in the history of the Gibson County Fire Department. So they are busy. In those calls, in the month of May, they had 46 fire and rescue calls, 73 medical first responder calls, and 18 training meetings. Firefighters donated in May over 1,876 hours. In the month of June, they had 116 calls, which was 45 fire and rescue, 71 medical first responder calls, and they donated over 1,800 hours in that month also. For the first 6 months of this year, the fire department has had 674 calls, which is more calls than we had in the entire year of 2013. So our volunteers doing a good job, chief's doing a good job, and they are mighty busy. Another very important thing is the chief was informed last Friday, I believe it was, Chief, that they did receive part of their AFG grant this year, which is the AFG Safer Grant, which stands for Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response. Brian has reported last year to us that he was seeking this grant, and it is to pay for 2 years for 8 daytime firefighters. Now, the committee will be meeting in a couple of weeks with the mayor and Greg Pillow to see exactly what all we've got to do to budget for this, and it's possible that it may not even, the amount of money that we got, the money was, by the way, was $476,536. With benefits and all, it still doesn't provide a whole lot for paid firefighters for 2 years, so we're gonna have to put our figures together and see what we can do, if we can fund that many or whatever. But either way, it's definitely gonna help for at least a 2-year period with the shortage that we have for volunteer firefighters in the daytime. We still need more of those. As of that is, this grant, keep in mind, is 100% grant. The county's not having to put any money up for it. And it is for 2 years. So going in, the people that that Brian will hire for this job will have to realize that as of now, this is a 2-year job. The thing that could change that would be if AFG gave us this grant again in 2 years, which we will apply for. But there's no certainty that we would get it, and the other option would be, if this works out well, I don't see how it could work out bad, but the commission would have to decide, do they want to fund it? But otherwise, it'd be a 2-year program, but it's got to help us in the daytimes, and we appreciate the work that Brian and his staff, and I think he recognizes Chris Todd, who helped him on this. And I think with Chris's help and what they've done, the AFG grants alone in the last 3 years have brought in to our fire department over $1.3 million. And without their work and the help from these grants, it would have been hard for us to fund the equipment and the turnout gear and everything that we've had to provide for these firefighters. So thank you, Brian, and your group for doing what you do on this. Are there any questions?
I just want to echo what you said. For those of you who know Chris Todd, he works in the central office at Milan Special School District. Milan, he was former high school principal there and a current chief at the Gann Station. If you see him, just say thank you to him, because this is his baby that he's rocked. He's worked hard on this for many years and has benefited us tremendously. So, he's worked hard on it. Brian, you worked hard on it. Thank you. And former Milan Fire Chief James Fountain worked to get us one of our first AFG grants with Chris. So you see these guys, just say thank you to them. And if you see any of our volunteers out there, thank them for what they do, because we couldn't provide the service we do in this county without them. So we're very grateful and blessed to have them. And I think we owe them a round of applause for
And we still need daytime volunteers.
Yeah, and anybody watching on out there in channel 22, if you want to volunteer, contact Chief Cathy. We can sure use you, especially during the day. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve Commissioner Summers' report. Motion made by Commissioner Morgan, seconded by Commissioner Longmire. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. And opposed likewise.
Hey, Tom, let me say something about that.
Yeah.
Kind of dovetailing that, Chief Cathy in that department is hamstrung by an inability by the law to charge for what they do. They provide a service each and every time we call, and so the chief ever looking for ways to increase revenue so he can provide better services. Chief, I respect the difficult position county fire departments are in, but we can't do that. The statutes are not set up to do that. So our choice is to apply for these grants and then, of course, to come to you all for funding. So down the road, really we need to look at ourselves as the only source for revenue. And these grants are great, but they won't be there every year. We won't get them every year. But that's just a plant of seed for you all. We're doing great things, but primarily with other people's dollars, which is grants, which is great. But that's just the law, the way it is.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I'd like to call on Greg Pillow to offer a report on comp time.
Commissioners, you have a report that I laid in front of you before the meeting. The report, if you go down through the list there, you'll see that some of our numbers for comp time has come down. We're at $152,000 down from $178 back in January. So we're $26,000 less than we were 5 months ago. These numbers are accurate through the end of May. There may be some of June's activity in here, but I do not have all of June's activity from all departments yet. I am working with the state auditor, and I'm waiting on him to get back to me on how we can, what I want to do is to set a liability or restrict the general fund for this amount of money that we come up with at the end of the year for this comp time, so that it will be available going forward, and then we can adjust it as we go. And again, I'm waiting on the state auditor to tell me the best way to go about doing that. This is kind of something that he said he's never ran into, so he's trying to figure it out through the legality of the state auditing laws. One other thing that I will inform the commission on is that there is not really a federal law. I guess it will become federal law. The Federal Department of Labor is looking at changing the standards for compensating salaried employees. As of today, a salaried employee making like $455 a week is not subject to overtime pay for hours over 40. The federal government is looking to double that. And if the federal government doubles that, then probably about 97 to 98% of the employees that are on salary in Gibson County will be affected by that law. And if they work over 40 hours, they have to be compensated for it. Mr. Flippin, if you want to add to that, I know we discussed that law several times. So I just want to forewarn you, when the federal government starts talking about it, it's going to happen. And when it happens, then we'll have to look at it for the federal statutes and probably adjust some of our compensation rules to abide by the law. So I just wanted to forewarn you on that it's coming. Any questions?
Greg, I want to remind them also that we're still working on that employee policy manual.
Right.
We're still getting input from the other department heads, and now this ruling from the federal government has kind of got it on hold again. So we may have to adjust it further going forward, but we do have that document in place. It's a working document that our other department heads are weighing in on it as we speak, and I think it's going fairly smoothly. I think it's been well received, and we haven't really had any pushback about it at all. So I think we're going to come up with something that's going to be satisfactory to all, the department heads, to you as commissioners, and to the taxpayers.
I think the biggest kickback I've had on it is they didn't want Joyce Brown being the one saying when the courthouse was closed when snow was on the ground.
I take care of just my office, that's it.
Greg, we appreciate that report. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve Greg's report. Motion made by Commissioner Summers, seconded by Commissioner McEwen. All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. We've got Mr. Andy Zacher with the Fair Board with us today. We're glad to have Andy with us.
Morning.
Good morning.
I don't have a lot to report on so much as I've got a sales pitch I'm going to get to, but what little bit I've got to report on. Tom spoke about the flea market earlier. I don't know how many of you have been, but it's been, in my eyes, a pretty big success thus far. I think it's having a lot bigger impact on Gibson County than I first anticipated it would, just through the crowd it's bringing to Trenton, vendors he's putting in hotels. I think it's been a big positive that we've got going for the county, and hope it will continue. We're making our preparations for the fair coming up. Have kind of put the capital improvements on hold. We felt like that just needed putting on hold until after the fair. If we had gotten into it and not gotten them finished, felt like that would put us in a mess trying to have a fair around them. So we're kind of doing the smaller preparations that we would do every year anyways. I brought a box of our books that we put out this year. I didn't put one at each of your spots because I want you all to take a handful. I'd like for you to all take one, carry them home to your friends and neighbors, put them in your communities. This is really how we put the word out about what's going on. It's got scheduled events and everything that'll be going on. You can find you something to enter. If you make jams and jellies, you can try to beat Commissioner Moss's jelly, she'll enter. But I would encourage you to take a handful of these with you. Help us get the word out about the fair as it's coming up. I feel like you guys are all kind of stakeholders in our fair. It's kind of a highlight of the county, and it reflects on us and you guys as well. So I would encourage you all to kind of help us get the word out and come by sometime during the fair. I hope you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well things are going. So if you could do that, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
What are the dates and when is the opening ceremony?
It starts August the 31st, that Monday. The opening ceremonies will be at 6, should be. That Monday night, August the 31st at 6. We would invite each of you to our opening ceremonies and kind of kick off the week from there. I hope you'll come every night, not just that night.
Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Andy, and all your hard work with that board. And I will be seeing you at the fair. It's corn dog time in Gibson County. Yeah. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this report. Motion made by Commissioner Miles, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. And opposed likewise. We've got several elections. Board, can we do these elections in advance?
I think we can.
Yeah. Would anybody like to entertain any changes to this list? If not, I entertain a motion and thank everyone for their service on their respective boards. It gets a little harder to find people to serve nowadays. I mean, everybody's lives are so busy and there's so much going on. So I can't thank you guys enough for your service on your committees and on these boards, these citizen boards that we have also. So we thank everybody for their service. That said, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve these candidates. Motion made by Commissioner Yergin, seconded by Commissioner Morgan. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye. Do we have any further motions? We do have a list of notaries. Madam Clerk, do we have any additions to the list of notaries? In addition to the list that was in your package, we have Cindy M. Bailey from Trenton, Seth Jordan Wilkerson from Humboldt, Jodine N. Agee from Trenton, Deborah L. Coleman from Humboldt, Brenda Ward from Trenton, Cindy Lee Hill from Trenton, Tennessee. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve these notaries. Motion made by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Morgan. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hughes,
Abstain.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes.
Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes,
Yes.
Commissioner Longmire,
Yes.
Commissioner Carr, Commissioner Matthews, Commissioner Bivens,
Yes.
Commissioner Tubbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Morgan,
Yes.
Commissioner Cameron,
Yes.
Commissioner Summers,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Nance, Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Flake, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner McEwen,
Yes.
Commissioner Pillar,
Yes.
Commissioner Steele,
Yes.
Commissioner Yergin,
Yes.
Commissioner Childress,
Yes.
Commissioner Moss.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. By way of resignations, I'm actually sad to report today we do have a resignation. Commissioner Cole is moving or has already moved into another district, and I think he would like to address the body at this time.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Some of you may have already known that my family and I are relocating outside of District 10. And I'm not much one to move. And I've learned it's a lot of hard work and I probably won't do it again. But I've learned some regrets. And one of them is my resignation is called for from the move. And I've offered a letter to Mayor. So this is my last meeting. And as I reflect, and I'll be brief because I know it's time to go. Over the years, I've been privileged to serve under 3 different mayors and have made a lot of friendships and relationships with you and some that are no longer on the body that I will always remember fondly. We didn't always agree, but we always strove to move the county forward, and I'm proud to have been a part of it, a small part. The question was asked of me, well, who's going to fill out your term? Because there's several years left. I conferred with my co-commissioner, Commissioner Summers, from District 10, and I'd like to introduce to you at this time Todd Lawson, your brother's Mark. Todd, would you stand? All right. Todd is a Trentonian, he's a Gibson Countyan, known him well for many years, me and your brother Mark. But Todd is an industrial
businessman. Been 20-some odd years in industrial management. Currently, he's plant manager at Hobbs. He's got a particular skill set, and he knows how to put people to work. He knows how to recruit industry. He knows what they need. And thank you, Todd. He's willing to serve, and while the body will deal with this in due time, I will certainly offer my endorsement. Full Todd Lawson will be a benefit to this county, and you'll deal with that in another time. I'm going to close with this. Again, I missed the opportunity to serve, but I enjoyed it. And if I ever can again, I would certainly entertain the thought. If there's any way I could be helpful to anyone, please let me know. Until that time, when we meet again in this forum, I'll just share this. May God continue to bless Gibson County. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And Commissioner Cole, I appreciate your service, especially on the budget committee this year, and I appreciate your friendship too. And I hope your move is a smooth one. And Mr. Lawson, we appreciate your willingness to serve and to advise the board. Commissioner Cole's announcement today will serve as your notice, as your official notice that he is resigning. We've got by law 120 days from today to fill his position. Our intention is to advertise in the next for the next upcoming meeting and open the floor to nominations at that time in the September meeting. So that's how we proceed going forward. But you have been notified, and that is your official notification. 120 days from the day we have to have it done. So thank you very much. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add? If not, we stand adjourned. Everybody be careful in the heat.